Awesome. We are here with Mr. Todd. We are so excited to showcase you, learn a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and how you impact the lives of so many every day. I would love to know about, maybe one of your best client success stories or maybe a highlight in your own entrepreneurial journey with this that you would love to share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to share a couple of things, to be honest. First and foremost, one of the biggest lessons that I learned along the way when it comes to wealth creation and investing, and I'll talk about that, and then I'll talk about how my investors and a lot have been able to use this, is that wealth creation is a system. Just like business success, it's a system. Just like there's a system for having extraordinary levels of health, just like there's a system for having an extraordinary level of relationship. There's no different when it comes to wealth creation and investing. There's a system and a well laid out path that you can follow on a step-by-step basis that ultimately leads to a predictable outcome in the end. And so over the last 20 odd years, I got started in the investing world when I was about 19 years old. That's where I bought my first property, made more in that one property deal than I did my entire year's income running a personal training business at the time. And my whole world shifted because I learned this powerful thing called, that profits are better than wages. And about this idea you're just talking about of getting your money working much harder for you in the marketplace. And so over the last 20 years, after working with tens of thousands of people and creating in my own portfolio of many others, there's a strategic system that you can follow when it comes to actually growing your wealth. And that's all broken down into three things, right? Number one is having a very clear strategy, very clear and personalized strategy, because everyone's strategy is going to be different because everyone's situation is obviously different. So you've got to make sure you understand how do you take these principles and personalize it to your situation. Number two is all about setting up a really solid structure. I call it your financial fortress in and around your life, so you can build wealth while stay safe at the same time and protect you and protect your family and protect your business. And then finally, it's all about systems. So strategy, structure, system. And the system is where we actually start creating this idea of perpetual wealth, where our money is making more money for us. And so when we're creating this system, these are the three things that we want to be thinking about. Now, I'd love to share with you a story about one of my great clients, Tony. So Tony, when I met him, he was 60 years old, right? He'd been working, running a pergola company. So working with his hands for the last kind of 40 odd years. He had a factory, he had staff, he had team. And here's what I know about business, right? Business is a gladiator sport. It doesn't take any prisoners. It can be a black hole, and it can take all your money, it can take all your time, it can take all your energy if you allow it to do that. And Tony was in that situation, been working this business for 40 years now, and he'd done relatively well in terms of the business. But the problem was all of his wealth was tied up in the business itself, and he didn't have the level of personal wealth that he needed in order to be able to exit. And so this business actually became a trap for him. And I meet a lot of business owners who are the same, where they're in business, they're doing the business, and they put everything into the business. And so they're stuck to it because they haven't taken the time to go and build their personal wealth. Now, Tony had actually bought a couple of properties, but his strategy that he'd been applying was buy and hope, because he didn't know how to build wealth, he didn't know how to invest. So he just went out in the marketplace, he bought some stuff, and he hoped it was going to work out. And so he had a couple of properties and a couple of things, but it really wasn't working for him. And so we had to tear everything apart and apply the system back to it and take a step back so we can take 3 steps forward. And methodically over a 3-year period, he's gone from zero passive income in this portfolio to actually earning $450,000 a year in passive income from his investment portfolio now. And that's all because he applied the right system. He got the right strategies, he's got the right tools, and he got access to some alternative type of investments, which, don't kind of turn up on realestate.com, if that makes sense. And a few years later, and I'm speaking to him again today because we're in the process of doing his full exit from his business, and he's selling. He's bought his dream home up in Palm Cove, up in Cairns Way, and he's got he settled his final property that we've been working on over the last 3 odd years, and he's set and he's done. And it's a really, really exciting moment to be able to kind of share that journey with people in that way.
Do you have a couple of links, like if somebody wants to schedule a one-on-one or to meet with you outside of this community, that we can drop down into the comments?
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple of ways people can connect. Number one is that We have a free Facebook community where we just give a lot of really cool stuff around wealth, around investing, around the economy, and a lot of different stuff. So make sure we get that link to you. If anyone wants to, we've got we run monthly free events. So anyone that's feeling, oh, I don't know, I'd love to learn some more. I'd love to hear some more about the system, what you're talking about. And, then finding me on any of the social media handles. We have some one-on-one opportunities. So I'll definitely get some links over and so that people can kind of interact in a way that makes sense.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have an absolute amazing rest of your day.
You too, Jenna. Thanks so much.